It is Tuesday, November 18th, 2025, and the UFC has updated their pound for pound rankings after UFC 322. We're going to watch this video and react to it. I saw the first couple, but I haven't seen the top. I know Islam's at the top. And we're just going to react to this. We're going to go through it all and we're going to react. Pound for pound. These are always sick. I love when I see these videos come out. 15, Charles Oliveira. Completely agree. What he did to Mateusz Gamrot is kind of unheard of. I hate to be a guy who says, who does that to Mateusz Gamrot? Who does it? You know? I know Charles lost to Armin, and Armin beat Mateusz Gamrot, but technically Gamrot has a win over Armin, and Charles had a very close 3-round fight with him at UFC 300. Armin Tsarukyan's last fight prior to this upcoming weekend, which I'll have predictions out for. Really like this for Charles Oliveira. He looked amazing in his last fight, and there's Armin Tsarukyan. Don't know how much I like this. Hasn't lost a bunch. Arguably beat Mateusz Gamrot, lost to Islam. 14, I personally don't think I'll have Armin in my rankings, update, which I'll have probably tomorrow. But I can't hate. Bilal Muhammad, criminally underrated. Now, I'm personally not a huge fan of Bilal and his Canelo hands, or I guess Canelo has Bilal hands. But in 5 of his last 6 fights, he has entered as an underdog and is entering an underdog against Ian Machado Gary this weekend, which is completely fine. But I think I saw he was at like plus 210, and that's like ridiculous value for a former champ who's knocked out Sean Brady. And I know Michael Morales just did it, but Bilal Muhammad didn't lose forever, and then beats Leon Edwards. You got to have him in the rankings. 12. Big Mog. There's not really much to say about this. I don't think he's a top 15 fighter in the UFC, but pound for pound wise, he was the UFC light heavyweight champion. Didn't get a title defense. Alex Pereira knocked him out in the first round. I don't know if we can, it's hard. I'm not a fan of Big Mog. I think there's guys at light heavyweight that beat him. Yuri beats him. Carlos Ulberg is a good fight with him. Khalil Roundtree is a good fight with him. So I don't know. I don't like Mog at number 12, especially ahead of a dude like Charles Oliveira. Let's see who's at number 11. Love this. I think Max Holloway is one of the best fighters in the UFC without a legit belt. Like, obviously he's got the BMF. But without a legit belt, he's one of the best fighters in the UFC and has the best chance outside of each other between Islam and Ilya to beat each other. I think Max Holloway has the best chance outside of those guys to beat Islam and Ilya, aside from Michael Morales and Carlos Pratas and Ian Gary. But at lightweight, Max Holloway's got the best chance. Number 10, Dricus du Plessis. I agree. Even though he got dominated by Hamzat, he was a great middleweight champion, so you got to keep him at number 10, and I don't agree with this. Jack Dell should not be ahead of Dricus. No title defenses for Jack. He's probably not a top 5 fighter at 170. Jack and Big Mog should be stacked, and I'd actually lean Big Mog. So I don't know, Jack at 9 I definitely don't agree with. This would have him as the best fighter in the UFC without a belt. Really? Get the hell out of here. Tom Aspinall at 8, so the worst UFC champion currently. He could have been higher or lower in this ranking if he could fucking see. Mate, he was knuckle deep in my eye. I can't fucking see. What you booing me for? Anyways, yeah. Tom Aspinall at 8. Can't disagree with this. I think that's a solid spot for him. Number 7, Volk. Okay. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense. Alex Pereira at 6. Yeah, that makes sense. Pantoja at 5. I would probably have Pantoja at 4 if I were to guess. Hamzat is at 4, even though Hamzat, I think, is a better fighter. Pantoja's been the champ forever, and it doesn't seem like he's going to lose it anytime soon. So here's Hamzat, right? Yeah, okay. I mean, Hamzat could arguably be the best fighter in the UFC. I do think there's 2 guys better than him, but it doesn't look like anyone is going to knock him off soon. The dude who might have the best chance at beating Hamzat is Michael Morales. So, I don't know. We'll see. Maybe Pereira. Maybe Yuri. I think Yuri could probably beat him. Number 3, Merab. You know, guys, like, I think Merab should be number 1. I don't think he's the best fighter in the UFC. But this guy's going on 4 title defenses in 2025. And when you look at who's ahead of him, I think they've got 1 each. Right? Islam's got 2. I don't know. I think Ilia Topuria is the best fighter in the UFC. So that's fine at 2. I'd probably have Merab at 1, Islam at 2, and Ilia at 3. But I'm completely fine with Islam at number 1. The most prestigious fighter in the UFC right now. Maybe not the best. Maybe he is the best. But definitely the most prestigious right now. So if we take a look at this, Charles, Arman, Bilal, Big Mog, Holloway, Dreykus, JDM, Aspinall, Volk, Pereira, Pantoja, Hamzat, Merab, Topuria, Islam. Okay. That makes sense. Let me whip out my phone real quick because I have my own personal I have my own personal pound for pound. So yeah, I mean, entering UFC 322, I had Merab, Ilia, Islam, Pantoja, Hamzat, Volk, Pereira, JDM, Aspinall, Max. So I had Max as the best fighter without a belt. DDP, Big Mog, Charles, Yuri Prohaska, and Diego Lopez. So that means I left out Bilal. Yeah, so I left out Bilal and added Yuri. Am I missing something else? And I guess Islam slots in. Or no, I guess Islam just stays there. So I'm wondering where I added Yuri in. Yeah, I didn't have Arman and I didn't have Bilal. So Yuri and Lopez replaced those 2, and I think they've got a very strong case to be in this ranking. You know, someone else who's got an argument to be in this ranking, Umar Nurmagomedov. If you have Arman in here, I don't see how you don't have Umar. And Sean O'Malley has maybe an argument. Yeah, I'll do it for today's video. Double upload today, 1 baseball, 1 UFC. Got a couple banger videos coming up. Mostly UFC, but we're gonna mix in some ball and some hoops. So yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. And that's all I got for you.